to part 2 of the stretching routine. If you haven't already, please watch part 1 of the stretching routine, which is lesson 2. And if you remember from the last lesson, all you need for this routine is comfortable clothing and enough space to move around in. So for clothing, I recommend a t-shirt tucked into sweatpants. And let's get right into it. So for the first stretch, you'll just have your left hand up and flex, so your finger should be bent backwards as much as you can, and it's going to be placed around your stomach to lower chest area, and this creates a circle, and we call this Wuong. So then you'll have your right hand, and it's going to rotate and pinch your thumb and your index finger like this, and we call this gesture right here is chj-eep, which represents a flower. And so your hand this is going to be slightly higher than and outwards more than your left hand, and you're going to tilt your head so that you're looking at your left hand, that is Wuong. So like this. And so if I were to do that together, it would be here. And then you also want to raise your right knee upwards a little bit. So if I were to do that in one go, it would be like this. And so then afterwards, you're going to drop your right knee and open your right hand like this, while bringing your left knee backwards, and you're gonna hold it. So if I were to explain that a little bit more slowly, you're going to basically just drop your knee, and you're gonna open your hand like this, and now your right hand is in Wuong. And you also want to make sure that your fingers are flexed backwards as much as you can and point it at your eye level. This left leg, at the same time, is going to be brought back. So I like to make a circle and try to put it behind me, and then bring my heel as close to my behind as possible, and I'm going to place my left hand on my thigh like this. And I'm going to look at my hand that's in Wuong. And so for the side, if I do this again, so here, right, drop it, open, and grab. And so your foot is going to be, your heel should be brought as close to your behind as possible, and point your toes downwards to the floor. In other words, you're arching your toes. This is going to help you with flexibility and in your legs, and it's going to help you practice your balancing skills. So then, after you do that for about 15 to 30 seconds, you're going to immediately switch to the next stretch, which is the same thing, but you're going to be bringing your other leg backwards. So just like before, now we have this hand will be chj-eep, this hand will be Wuong to start with. So ready? If we were to do that, you have Wuong and chj-eep, and you want to look at your hand that's in Wuong, and then we're going to drop it and grab our other leg this time. And the same concept, your heel is close to your behind, toes arched, and look at your hand. So we're going to hold this for 30 seconds. So after 15 to 30 seconds, we're going to go back to our sitting position, like this. Okay, so then we'll practice standing up. Okay, so to stand, we're just going to take both of our hands and chj-eep upwards. And our right hand's going to be out and a little higher than our left hand. And they're both in the Wuong position. And then we're going to rotate our right hand and it's going to chj-eep, and then you're gonna let it go. And so while you do that, your hand's gonna be looking at this hand, right? Chj-eep, and then look at this hand. And so while we do that, this hand is gonna go on our lap, and we're gonna raise our left knee to kneel. So let's try that. Let's try kneeling, and then we're gonna stand up. So it's like here, and here, and here. And so my left knee is only up slightly, and then afterwards you're just going to stand up. And for the standing position, or to straighten the feet, just have your feet together and our hands on our thighs like this. And then I'll also show you another angle, but you want your back to still be arched and your toes pointed upwards and your shoulders to be back and your ears to be aligned with your shoulders. So we're going to start with the standing position, and then on the side, this is how I'm standing. And so we're just going to do the same thing that we did when we were kneeling, only this time we're just standing. And so you're just going to start by have your right hand chj-eep and raise your right knee so that it's like a 90-degree angle, and make sure your hands are in the right positions. And so this one, you're really practicing your balance and flexibility. So chj-eep, look at your left hand, and then you're gonna drop, and then tap with your left foot, first, and then we're gonna open, and you're gonna hold and lower your body just a little bit and look at your right hand. Now after 15 or 30 seconds of holding this, you're gonna switch, and don't drop your foot, just bring it up into a 90-degree angle. And I just lowered my right hand, and now I'm going to end at the same time. You want to chj-eep with your left hand. And so look at your hand that is Wuong, drop, then you're gonna open, and I just tapped before I lifted my leg, and hold it. Same thing, your foot to bring your heel as close to your behind as possible, and arch your toes, and think of the bottom of your foot as being parallel with the floor. Then you're just gonna let go and back to the standing position that I showed you earlier. Thank you for watching. That concludes the stretches for this lesson, and if you're interested in continuing dancing, I recommend that you practice these stretches every morning whenever you have the chance. So yeah.